Whoa, nice place. Really, not bad at all. Hey, you there, what's in this place?
How's it, Hanjin?
I beg your pardon?
This
Hang
guy
loose.
right here, baby. This
What?
is the guy.
No,
Hey, baby. What's the haps?
Do we even speak the same language? On second thought, I think we do. This video is sponsored by Eniba.com, a fairly new online marketplace where you can get game keys and gift cards for PC, Xbox, PSN, Nintendo and much more. Check out the fantastic weekly deals with up to 70% off. Use the code IKARI during the registration to get another 3% off of every purchase and have a fun time gaming. So, it's been quite a while since we did any Fallout 4 modding. One might even wonder if this game is actually dead by now. But no, it's very much alive and the mods are as impressive and innovative as ever. Some of the tastiest mods of this year coming right up. Open wide and prepare for something really big right from the start. Fallout 4 HD Overhaul is a retexture mod, but certainly not just any retexture mod. This is literally the mothership among all the other retexture mods. It really overhauls all existing textures in the base game and DLCs. Literally everything except character models, weapons and armors. This is also where its enormous size comes from, probably the biggest mod I have ever seen in my life. Without exaggeration, seriously, look at this. It has been divided into many parts and altogether they make up over 60 gigabytes of raw, furious data. You know, if I was a huge, tremendous faggot, I would probably call this video something like Fallout 4 just got a 60 gigabyte update. Yeah, considering all the mods for this episode, it's actually more like 100 even. But anyway, I really do hope you have a fast internet connection, and even if you do, considering Nexus' shitty speeds, at least for those who aren't premium members, it took me almost one whole day to download and install this mod alone. Seriously, it would have been much easier if they provided an optional torrent download for this. And don't forget, this beast gets even way bigger once you unpack it, so better prepare a huge hard drive as well. With such monstrosities of mods around, we obviously need all the help we can get keeping the performance in check, so here's another tool for that. Fallout Priority is as simple as it gets. All it does is setting the priority for Fallout to high. Of course you can do this manually through the task manager every time you run the game, but it's kinda a pain in the ass, and that's why this mod does it automatically. And the best thing is, it actually does make a huge difference. As you can see, I literally gained around 10 FPS from this alone, which is quite a nice boost. And the best thing is, this nifty little mod is also available for Skyrim and Enderall, a real must for not so super beefy rigs. Okay, so do you remember the FallUI mod from episode 72? Well, here is another one for the collection, FallUI HUD. This one is on the same level of quality and will let you customize different HUD aspects in many awesome ways. And now listen carefully, because this is important. If you use a controller and are a dumbass like me, don't go and start thinking this mod is not working right. Seriously, I spent like 15 minutes wondering what I did wrong, until I realized that the layout menu just doesn't work with a controller. You need to click on the options with a mouse. And voila, it comes to life and lets you select different presets, like this 3D one for example. It's a bit more futuristic, kinda like floating holograms. Or if you want it to be more old school, you can also go for the Fallout 3 looking one. Of course, you can also customize things manually in the edit mode, save profiles and much more. As I said, this mod is on the same level of awesomeness as are all the other FallUI mods. And actually, if you want to have all the good stuff, you should probably check out the FallUI series installation guide on the mods page to make sure you install all the mods in the right order and also don't get your load order in a twist. You might also remember animated digestibles from episode 69. Well, now they are even more digestible. They received a huge update, more like a complete remake actually. It now calls itself Immersive Animation Framework, and now it works for really everything you can eat, drink or get high on, including the different variations. Like for example, the different Nuka-Colas will be displayed properly now, all with animations and sounds.
Pass the money. Just another day in the Commonwealth, huh? Elephant Gerald is not, I repeat, not a woman who you want to have. Without you right.
And of course it all works in both first and third person view. Now the only thing that's kinda missing, yes sorry but I kinda still found something to nag about. It all works fine during standing, but not during sitting. You know, people usually sit down to eat. Sounds logical? No? Just a suggestion, don't hit me please. But what about NPCs? They deserve some immersive consumption as well, right? Well, with this mod here they will. You there, drink! Look, I don't care if you're a robot or an android, and if it's might fright or your circles or whatever, I order you to drink! This mod is called NPC Drinking Fix, and is supposed to add a proper drinking animation, but somehow in my game the NPCs are already doing it, even though I have not installed the mod yet. So I am a bit confused here, really. Maybe Immersive Animation Framework adds those animations too, or maybe my game just evolved on its own. Anyway, there is another really cool animation mod for the Stimpack. It's a Russian Stimpack called Octodecoy. Because we are not a vampire and don't like impaling ourselves with this weird cross thing every time we take damage. This here is a way more elegant solution. Super fast animation also. I mean, it needs to be in the middle of combat. There is a slower animation option though. Looks really nice. Unfortunately, however, only works in first-person view. Better than nothing, I guess. But wait, what time is it actually? Boom! Mind blown, am I right? An actual functioning wristwatch. What a time to be alive. Yeah, you can wear it the normal way or the tactical way, and then there are also two usable items to check either variant. You can bind them to a hotkey. And also you will of course see the watch in third-person view with most weapons if you use the tactical option. Oh my god, this is so tactical! Now I always know the time, even in the middle of combat! It just works! Todd is proud, I bet. No, seriously, I am totally hyping this mod. This is fantastic! I can't think of a game that actually has this feature. You can also change the colors and add different backlight options at the armor workbench. Once again, very cool. Of course, it only works without the Pip-Boy, but who the heck needs the Pip-Boy anyway when you can have a tactical tablet instead? Yeah, let's call it the TTE. Sounds very tactical, right? Well, there have been similar mods to replace the Pip-Boy, like the Pip-Pad for example, but this is still very cool. I mean, it's tactical, right? Tactical in Fallout is like immersive in Skyrim. But seriously now, the model is probably ripped from some Call of Duty game. But you know, if it was white, it would actually be totally fitting for something the Institute would use. Just saying. So, now that we are so super tactical and all, let's go do some exploring. A lot of new creatures seem to have appeared, probably because of Mutant Menagerie, big game hunting. Yeah, looks like we are bringing out the smart words again. Anyway, Tom and Jerry is a huge creature mod, tons of new creatures of all sizes and shapes, so to say. There are, for example, smaller, more harmless ones you can hunt and use for food, creatures such as beavers, boars, ducks, foxes and so on. All the creatures of course look very irradiated, mutated and lore-friendly. There are also several new aquatic creatures that can be found in lakes and rivers. I guess now Bethesda needs to release Fallout Anniversary Edition with a fishing option. Yeah, sorry, bad joke. But seriously, the variety of the new creatures added by this mod is really something. There are also some exotic ones like, for example, squids and iguanas. Oh yeah, I really love iguanas. Guess they are not as extinct as we thought. So stop putting them on sticks, goddammit. I mean really, I can show you all the creatures right now, but at least let's take a look at some of the more dangerous ones. There is, for example, a cute ladybug. There's no way this thing... Whoa, never mind, this thing is aggro as hell. I mean, they are called boom bugs for a reason, don't know what I expected. And if something is called Killer Bee Swarm or Honey Beast Destroyer of Worlds, then it's pretty obvious that those things won't be very friendly. I mean, look at the size of those things. You don't need to be allergic to know that this will be a very agonizing experience. The same obviously applies to the Godzilla frog over here. Certainly not something you want to encounter out in the wilderness. I mean, seriously, look at this! This thing has no chill at all! Help! I'm getting some hardcore PTSD flashbacks of that Witcher 3 boss. Ah! But the sickest creature is probably still the gargoyle, especially if you encounter one of those during the night. Holy ravioli! But it's not over yet, there are more creatures, even though those fellas here are a bit more robotic. Another mod from the Capital Wasteland series, this time with a bunch of automatons from Fallout 3 and New Vegas, including this wandering merchant, the Vendotron. Other than that, there's not much to say. Lots of familiar faces, literally. Who could forget those weird TV heads? You can build them using the Automaton workshop, and they will also have different dialogue lines depending which face, aka personality, you give them. With all those new dangerous creatures and robots, we need, yes, armor, you know the drill. Galac Tac keeps being re-released. They even used a re-word right here, Retribution. What used to be just a badass customizable armor has now evolved into a fully fledged out quest and faction mod. Not saying there aren't any improvements to the armors, on the contrary, this mod adds thousands of new items as a matter of fact, but of course also this new faction of mercs. They are kinda like the Mandalorians, and they are fully integrated into the game. Siding with this faction you can finish the main questline just like you do with the Minutemen or the Brotherhood of Steel. But of course you can also just join them without starting a new game. You just have to visit them at their encampment north of the glowing sea.
I am dangerous. I am violent. I am what happens to the god of war when he has no political agenda. But most importantly, I am pissed off! Do I need to ask in Chinese? Maybe I should get some crayons, a coloring book, so I can ask this in shapes and colors. Perhaps then you'll understand.
I'm just trying to survive out here, like everyone else.
Dress up like some scab. Damn, I must fuck you up.
I mean, it wouldn't be so funny if I wasn't already dressed like one of you ding-dongs. But anyway, this gentleman here is so upset because one of his comrades got 50 kills by the gunners. This is also what will be our first task, since these fellas have no time to spare. Pay the gunners a visit and retrieve the helmet. There is also some new enemy faction apparently called P-Dogs. But whatever, once we retrieve the helmet, it's time for the F button. Oh, wait, what is this? Where did this come from? It wasn't here before. So those guys even have vehicles? Not bad.
So I gotta ask, what caliber did you choose? You know what? Never mind. Did you at least get Grimm's helmet?
Yes, here you go.
Good. You can put this boot to rest. Go up and see Gus. He'll want to meet you.
The cool thing is that we actually get to visually do the effing. It's a nice touch. He shall not be forgotten. But okay, let's go and meet the leader, Ghost, so we can actually join this faction. Nice place you have here, man. Oh, I knew it. I told you they are like the Mandalorians. They even have this Yoda figurine.
We are a mercenary company, allies to none, enemies to all. We take on contracts that will challenge us, provide us with glory. This is our way.
I said I get it. Well, yeah, it might not be a super lore-friendly faction, but at least they are very badass. Definitely worth checking out if you want to rock up the Commonwealth Mandalorian style. So let's continue. This is actually the armor section, and we have two more very badass mods. The Hellcat's power armor is one of them. Wow, this is just... I feel like calling it badass is just not badass enough. We need a stronger word for this one. I mean, in reality, you would probably have some hardcore tunnel vision with this huge-ass bomb diffusal collar, but who cares, right? You don't need to turn your head when you are a walking bastion. And the other one is another take on the Enclave X02 power armor. It certainly does look badass as well, especially with its custom power coil upgrade. Always like those. It will sure be a shocking experience for your enemies. And so, finally, our journey comes to its destination, the fat, juicy Project Mojave. This is actually similar to the Fallout 4 New Vegas project, except that it's completely independent and also not quite that ambitious. Project Mojave aims to bring small parts from New Vegas into Fallout 4, rather than a total conversion. It is also in an early access state right now and far from finished. There are, however, a couple of things you can do and get an idea of what this mod is all about. So, to get to this place you have to build a teleporter and one of your settlements. There are actually many other buildable items for settlements included, like exotic flora, structures from New Vegas and more. Also, it's cool how they even made a fancy new loading screen mechanic for that. So, once you arrive at the Mojave Wasteland, the first thing you want to do is get a nose full of that dusty hot landscape, together with all the familiar creatures and everything. Here we have to follow a distress signal, which leads us to the familiar town of Mutant. Not much to do here though, besides sightseeing. Oh wait, those things already? Actually, they don't seem too bad. But that's probably just because I'm on endgame gear and wearing the Doombringer Power Armor 9000. So loot the teleporter component and now we will be able to teleport even further, to the strip where the casinos are. I already thought this small piece of desert can't be all there is considering the size of this mod. This here clearly is the main attraction, it's just so much more alive. Or is it now?
Oh no. I had dinner at the Ultralux the other night. I told them my steak tasted funny. They said it was a clown. I ate a person.
I've never seen a
So I
robot
hear
like
Mr.
that
House
before.
runs the strip. He took it over from the last guy, Mr. Mojave.
Who would have thought a place like this would exist? Your robot looks like it's worth a few caps.
Well, you all sound like robots! Yeah, I know, it's early access and all, but every NPC here has been voiced by this exactly the same robotic text-to-speech program. I guess it's just a placeholder till they get some voice actors. At least that's what I hope. So what can we actually do here? Well, the casinos look pretty cool, and there are 3 different fully functioning games we can play. Just don't forget to buy some chips, and here we go! Blackjack and hookers, here I come! The games actually look and work really well. They are well animated and also have nice sound effects.
It's like being at a fancy ball.
Hey, any idea how somebody gets into the White Glove Society?
The most impressive one is certainly the roulette animation. It looks very professional. And as already mentioned, you can build all this in any of your settlements later and have your own casino empire that way. But this is already pretty much all this mod has to offer right now. You can explore the desert part, of course. There are 3 places where you can build settlements. There are several new weapons and outfits you can get. Here in the casino parts, it's really just the 3 games. There might be lots of NPCs, of course, but they all just have these generic lines from New Vegas, and all sound pretty much like
"Hello, my name is Sam. Nice to meet you."
So you can say it is indeed quite early access right now. It is a nice project, of course, and has a lot of potential, so it's definitely worth tracking and seeing how it develops. And this is it for this episode. The links to all mods are as always in the description below. Don't forget to endorse the mods you like. And if you like to see more awesome mods, hit the like button and subscribe for more. I thank you all for watching and see you around.